everybody. This is Saline County Hardliners back with you again. Sorry about all the, I tell you what, we have not been consistent this month or in November because of all the stuff going on, and either me or Kevin has something happening. And then we've been swapping days around. So you just have to look for a Facebook post by Kevin when we're going to have a show. It looks like we're still trying to do the Thursday night, like tonight's Wednesday night, because I got something tomorrow night. And so we're going to get back on track. So stay with us and forgive us for all the uncertainties when we are on. Well, tonight we're going to talk about a real problem in this country, and that is the rise of Islam in our country. And we're going to talk about how that affects our state and how to keep it. We're still pretty low down for having that problem, but it's coming. So we got Mike Shnaekel here with us tonight. He's been on several times. He's chairman of the Hot Spring Republican Committee there.
Not anymore.
Oh, you're not? Okay, I'm sorry.
Not anymore. I resigned last month.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, the ex-chairman.
We have a correction.
Yeah, we have a correction. Anyway, he's still.
Wait, real quick. I want to tell everyone, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. We got all this going on. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Merry Christmas and Boomer sooner.
But anyway, but Mike's he's still going to be active, probably more active, probably louder than he was before.
It definitely takes the handcuffs off that you're restricted by when you're a Republican committee chairman, when it comes to supporting candidates and candidates you feel like should be getting elected.
Right.
You know, because as we all know, I hate the word rhino, but Democrats have infiltrated the Republican Party. And in Hot Spring County, we have it too. We have Democrats that are elected Republicans right now. And we have some people right now that are running as independents that are not independents. They're Democrats. They're doing everything they can to kind of cover up who they are. And I know that's some of the things we're probably going to talk about when it comes to the Islamification of the United States and the things that the Democrat Party supports that are what I consider just completely anti-American.
Yeah, and the thing is they wish all this. I mean, they're backing it. Your liberals and Democrat parties backing all this pro-Islam, pro-Palestine, pro-Mandami, you know, all that stuff. But you know, it's just that's not gonna work out here.
You know, and the argument right now that some are having is, you know, our country was built on immigration. There's a difference where the United States is at today versus where it was at 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 250 years ago, because we're on our 250th year anniversary coming up. And where we're at today and what it took to build this nation into what it is, and the foundation that our forefathers set forward, we're not, you know, just kind of veering away from that, what our Constitution is and what our belief foundation is in Christianity in the United States and what the Constitution was built upon. There is a large group of immigrants and Americans that are moving, you know, past socialism and communism. And the Islamic faith is a religion.
Well, it's going to be violent on top of that. It'll be violent.
Yeah. It's a religion of domination. And it's not a religion of forgiveness and help and sharing. It's a religion of if you don't believe the way we do, then it is our duty to annihilate you and to take over your land. And that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, there's nothing fair about it. And I don't say any female could support that because they believe in zero rights for women. Sharia law, there's nothing for women. They would have less rights than they had 200 years ago in this country.
Yeah,
they would have less rights.
You know, with us, you're You're a veteran. I'm a veteran. Kevin's a veteran. We've seen the world through a direct lens of being present there and seeing how this
absolutely.
population conducts itself. And that's different from what they're saying in the United States. Now, you do have the mom dommies. You have some of those out there that are truly saying what they want to do. They don't want to just be a part of your life. They want to control your life now.
Exactly.
And they're it's the largest growing religion in the world right now.
Yes.
It's the fastest growing religion in the United States. They are the fastest.
Almost the second. It's fixing to be here of the second.
Yeah, and yeah, they're not far from being second place in religion.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having kids at an outrageous rate. They're bringing their families over, and I'm sure we'll talk about how they've been able to accomplish these things. And they've done a lot of it through social welfare. They come here,
For sure.
They live off the dole, and what they'll do is they'll have a one house apartment, but they'll have 50 people living in it for 4 or 5 years until they've saved up enough money to where they can go start buying neighborhoods. Then they take over a neighborhood. Then they take over the city.
They're smart.
Council.
They're smart.
Yeah, they have a playbook, and their playbook is very clear, and they are executing their playbook.
Well, they admit they're doing it, really.
Yeah, they're not hiding it at all. And,
I mean, they'll say that they're doing it because we are racist, but that's not. They're just doing it because that's what they do. You're gonna play by their song when they want you to do it. And then once that happens, you're a third world country at that time. You're a third world nation at that time when you let that happen.
Well, we're talking about building cities and all that. I've actually got some stuff up here. I want to bring some of it up real quick. Let me do
like Epic City in Texas.
Epic City. City. So let me do my little button pushing real quick.
And I tried to get our cousin Donnie on here, but he didn't want to come on. If you're out there, Donnie, you should come on. But anyway,
Kevin, where's
he knows all about that. He lives in Collin
Where's that?
County.
What?
Epic City.
It's going to be in Texas, actually. I don't know the exact location, but
I think it's in Collin County.
It's already a Muslim community, and I'm going to show you a couple other videos in a minute. Let's go to share.
But he was talking about how they were taking over down there, but he thought that it helped this when they passed this new law down there or something.
All right, so this is Epic City. So originally, Epic City is already a large Muslim community. They went out and they bought all these acres of land, and they have all these property out there. And they plan on actually building a city out there. It has a massive mosque. It has institutional facilities that cater only to Muslims.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to
They already own all this. They're just fighting the law.
Feel like I'm getting up in the morning.
Epic City is more than just a neighborhood. It's a way of life, a meticulously designed community that brings Islam to the forefront. A community that blends with nature, crafted to elevate your living experience. With single-family homes, multi-family townhomes and apartments, senior living, and in the heart a mosque and a school.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.
All right, that's
Welcome to Epic.
Now,
Oh my
there's
God.
other.
Yeah, I don't want to hear morning prayer, 5
I
o'clock
heard
in
it
the
for
morning.
a whole year when I was over
I
in
know.
Afghanistan.
Every morning, buddy. Every morning.
And think about Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. They're hearing that 5 times a day. Matter of fact, there's
Are
people
you
that file
serious?
lawsuits.
I couldn't handle that. I'd have to move. I couldn't take that crap at all.
And in that city, what they're also proposing is their own law enforcement separate from federal and state laws of the state of Texas and the United States, Sharia law within the confounds of this neighborhood that they're putting forth right there. And if you're a female, let me tell you right now, and you want to live by Sharia law, You do not know what Sharia law is. You cannot drive. You cannot get an education past, I think it's the 5th or 6th grade. Um,
Eat, sleep,
you
and lay there. I hate to say.
yeah,
All right,
you
here's
you
that other
can.
video I had, real quick. Get out of my way. I can't press my button. You're in my way. Oh, yeah, there.
My name is Douglas Deaton, and I'm a resident of Collin County. I retired from the Plano Police Department after 26 years of full-time law enforcement service, and I dealt with representatives of EPIC many times when I was the sergeant for the Plano Police Department, the training sergeant for the Plano PD. There seems to be a general misunderstanding that we're talking about a plan to build an Islamic Sharia-friendly community. The EPIC neighborhood already exists in Plano. It's been there for nearly 12 years. With 74 residential properties, a massive mosque, schools, a medical clinic, and multiple businesses. It also has an office of an Islamic financing institution called the UIF Corporation. The UIF Corporation is not a bank. It's a Michigan-based corporation whose publicly stated purpose is to, quote, engage in financial transactions that are Sharia compliant, end quote. Those are their words, not mine. Local government officials south of here have known for years that only Muslims can purchase homes inside that neighborhood. You have to be a member of their mosque to live there. The first house built in that neighborhood was built right next to the Plano Police Academy. It's a huge structure with 2 separate front doors. The rear of the property is just a few feet from a large outdoor warning siren. The house has a large second-story platform overlooking the restricted access parking lot where the police department stored specialized vehicles such as bomb trucks, bomb disposal equipment, and the SWAT team's armored vehicle. I am a court-recognized expert in SWAT team tactics and procedures. That house has all the hallmarks of a fortress and a command post. The rear of the house looks a lot like an observation post and a shooting platform. Why would somebody choose to build a house so close to a giant warning siren and a police training site? Why would someone build a huge platform overlooking all those specialized police emergency vehicles? The first owner of that house is a leader in the EPIC neighborhood, and he is also the co-founder of the Yaqeen Institute for Islamic Research. And I urge everyone to visit their website and read what it has to say about instituting Sharia law. This is not a matter of radicals hiding in plain sight. They're not hiding. They've been open about their beliefs and their intent. Local government decision makers have failed to ask hard questions for fear of negative publicity and being labeled as bigots. I'm not here to spread innuendo or to make unfounded accusations. I'm asking everyone to simply look at the evidence and the confirmed facts that are already in existence. Thank you for your time, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Deaton. Do we
You
have
know,
other
if you're not
speakers that would
familiar,
like to?
Plano is 15
Man,
miles
that
from
was
Dallas,
crazy.
20 miles north of Dallas.
Yeah, we got a cousin that lives around Frisco, and that's where he knew about this, and I wanted him to come on because he's witnessed it and everything, and knows more about what they're doing about it, but he wouldn't come on.
And
But
let's make this relative to Arkansas real quick. Let's say Camden area, Fordyce area, we start getting a large Muslim population. If you're familiar with Arkansas, you know that is where our defense manufacturers are located at. If someone decided to come in there and let's just say they brought 5,000 people in, which would be really easy to do, you now have the voting base to become the mayor of that city, the county judge of that county, the police, the sheriff of that county.
it doesn't take
And
long to take over with that few people now.
yeah, in an area where our defense, missiles, propellants, you name it, is manufactured at. You now have Islamist that is controlling the manufacturing facilities. If that don't scare you as an American, as an Arkansan,
I'm sure that's part of their plan, of course, is
yeah,
to take over everything, our businesses, our structure, our culture, uh, everything. Eventually, that's they want. If you were to let them take over, and I'm gonna give this 50 years from now, it would be just totally Islamic. Less than that.
estimates right now, because I think we're at 1.9% in the United States total Islam or Muslim believing religion in the United States. I think 25 years, the outlook is 9%. But it's not going to be 9% spread out. It's going to be concentrated, just like New York. New York has 3.2 million Muslims in it. Hence the reason you see a Muslim mayor now.
It's a lot.
That is easy to replicate in Arkansas. Think about 3.2 million. Think about 500,000 Muslims in Arkansas right now. They would elect a governor.
Yep.
500,000.
Well, let's put that into perspective real quick. I got another video. I got videos. We got a lot of videos. Let me get this thing pulled up again. Share. So this is a video of mosques just popping up in Texas and New York. Oh no, this is actually Los Angeles, California.
Good gosh.
I don't need all that.
Hey Kevin, pull up Little Rock, the mosque in Little Rock, because me and Amy was driving around a week ago in Little Rock. We were just out driving around, and we run across an area, and I can't remember exactly where it was at. I know it's in the city of Little Rock. It may have been skirting North Little Rock, but man, there was a lot of mosque. There was a lot of Palestinian flags, Somalian flags, and
Really?
yeah, in these neighborhoods, and this was in Little Rock.
Hmm.
Well, here, let me get off this and I'll look it up.
I mean, people
But the
people
problem,
have got to wake up.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. The thing that bothers me is, I want our leaders and our people to know this is a real problem. Look further than tomorrow. Look at what this is going to end up being.
Well, and for us in Arkansas, we got to start combating this now, because if we
Yeah.
wait,
And I don't think anybody takes it serious enough. I don't think, or not enough people do. And they think, well, well, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, well, it ain't that going to happen. You get that attitude.
you got an Afghan guy that opened fire and killed one National Guard soldier in D.C. The other guy's recovering, which I'm not saying he's going to make a 100% full recovery, but he's recovering right now.
Mhm.
And what upsets me is they say, oh well, this guy was a CIA operative. Let me explain to you: when you're overseas and you have an interpreter, or the CIA, any organization that is based out of the United States or a NATO member, when we seek assistance in these countries with locals and interpreters, just because they're working for the CIA, don't mean they get CIA vetted, because they're not getting CIA information. They may participate on a mission or interpret in an interrogation, but they're not aware of everything that was going on within that mission set, or that whatever that target was that they were dealing with. And they are not employees of the CIA. They are not employees of the United States Army, any counterterrorism group, special operations. They are not members of this group. Now, do we have phenomenal interpreters there that would die for their country, and die for a United States citizen and the United States soldiers? Yeah, there's a movie out that I think is very truthful about that and what some of those people lived through. And I think the name is The Covenant. I haven't seen it in a
Yeah.
while, but I remember it was a movie with, I think, Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Yeah.
But The Covenant, and it kind of shows you some of that. So it really, and our politicians, our elected officials, aren't doing a good job of explaining these things either, because you need to explain, yeah, we opened up a path for them to come to the United States, but we need to be doing a better job of vetting these people, because some of them was
Well,
doing it out of necessity.
the
We don't
only
need to
thing
be
we can
vetting them.
do
We don't
now,
let them in.
be realistic. The only thing we can do now, the only thing that's going to stop it is to cut it off. Just
Oh,
totally, you don't have any anybody coming in here. That's the only thing you can do, because there's so many of them already here. That, I mean, it's just going to have all kinds of cracks no matter what they do, you know.
Well,
And if this keeps up, it'll be when, not if there's a problem.
well, it's already when. It's now is the deal. Do we start trying to stop it? Do we start trying to stop the growth?
Well,
Right
that's
now,
what a lot of people are doing.
I think
right
the federal
now.
government's on. I think Trump and them are on the right track of thinking about it. Like they're starting to think of it in that fashion, which is very unusual for a politician to come out and say that's what you got to do, is just start, you know, being hard ass about it.
well, we have to enforce our laws in this country, and that if you want to get rid of the root of all the issues we have in our country right now, it is because we are not enforcing our federal, state, and local laws.
Absolutely.
Period. And we keep electing people that don't enforce our federal, state, and local laws.
That's right. And it's all about money, though. You know, somewhere in there.
You know, and I support veterans when it comes to elected, officials. And
I do
we got
too.
Brian Norris running for the Secretary of State in Arkansas right now, and I support him wholeheartedly. You know, and I don't just blindly support veterans.
No,
but
because some aren't. There's veterans I wouldn't. There's veterans I'm not too crazy about.
Well, there's just a skill set you have with the veteran, especially a long-term veteran that retired.
General Milley's I ain't too crazy about him.
Look, and you may tell you what's bad is General Milley was the Special Operations commander for a long period of time. He was in Monson, Belgium, at headquarters there, while I was in England, because I was the NCOIC of the Special Operations Intelligence Division, which was for all of NATO Tier 1 operations.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a phenomenal freaking guy. But the second I heard him, and it came out of his mouth, he should have been arrested for treason right then and there, when he said he called his Chinese counterpart before Donald Trump left office in his first term to ensure him that no military action would be taken. That's treason. Period. You as a Joint Chiefs of Staff, you do not call on behalf of the United States unless the President of the United States.
You don't have the power to make that promise.
Nope, none whatsoever. And the complaining about President Trump and the administration bombing these vessels out here, well, I got news for you. You can go back to 1986, or you can go back to Obama, because Obama expanded the War Powers Act for the war on terror, and President Bush did also. All Donald Trump is doing is taking the laws that they've done. He hasn't increased anything. He hasn't changed anything. If you can tie money or that organization to a terror group, we have already declared war on them, so we can use the War Powers Act on them in international waters.
Well, they're going to keep blowing them suckers out of the water.
They should.
I mean, I don't think they're backing off of that. I think they're still, they're still in the game on this deal.
And this is something that a lot of Americans don't know. The number 1 and number 2 place in the world for ISIS training, any terror group, is the Philippines and Colombia. There's a reason, because they're protecting drugs, the growth and processing of drugs.
Yep.
They get experience. They funnel that money into Hezbollah, Boko Haram.
Yeah.
All of them. And
Kevin, you got something to show there?
Yeah. So we were talking about how we needed to start, doing something and rising up. This guy in Dearborn, Michigan, they're having a lot of trouble up there right now because they're just getting all radical and everything. Well, he actually started saying something about it.
For white Americans, amen, and we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. Get out of here.
Language disclaimer. I love it.
Hey, it's only Facebook. Don't worry about it.
This is our country. And the people, the veterans, the World War III, its blood has Republic are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America, and they're saying, what the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding, insidious parasites on the American way of life. You will never look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff, man. He is definitely not afraid to talk and say whatever.
Oh, I love.
Well, this is in reaction to this right here from Dearborn also.
He got kicked out of something.
This is Dearborn, Michigan right here. They're actually calling for revolution in Dearborn, Michigan.
This ain't another country. This ain't Europe. This is Dearborn, Michigan, United States.
Antifada right there.
These people make me sick.
Oh yeah, I can't. It's just like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm going to tell you what.
This subject really, this whole subject is one of my pet peeves. I'm going to tell you what.
Like police squad cars.
You're going to get a group of veterans, and the Proud Boys weren't there, but you're going to get a group similar to the Proud Boys that's going to be made up of mostly veterans that have fought for this country. And the things we fought overseas are now the things we're seeing in the United States. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, when you get a group of 20, 30, God forbid, 50 to 100 former U.S. combat soldiers together, there's not a police force on this planet that is going to stop them. It's not going to happen. And it's coming. I'm telling you. I see it. It's coming.
Kevin, and you get something to play here? Or
yeah. Well, it was going in the background. So this right here, this is New York City. This is a actual Muslim community patrol where they have Muslims. They're not even official police officers. They're just dressing up like police officers and doing Sharia law enforcement patrols in New York City.
Muslim community patrol.
United States of America.
Neighborhoods in what look like police squad cars. One America's Pearson Sharp has the details.
Here.
New Yorkers say they're shocked after seeing Muslim patrol cars roaming their neighborhoods like police squads. These Muslim community patrols just began operating in Brooklyn this year, with members dressed like police officers and driving cars identical to police squad cars. Even other Muslims have raised questions about the need for the patrols, with residents expressing fears this is just another form of Sharia law enforcement. Area. Others denounce residents for drinking, claiming this is a Muslim area and alcohol is not permitted.
They're alarmed after seeing Muslim community.
I mean, that's American soil, and they're saying, hey, you got to follow our religion. I'm like, that.
See, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this at all. I just,
and this is the UK. It's the same
how
thing.
How people put up with it. People okay it.
He stopped to in one part of town. Ramesa and his
this is already happening in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, hey, United Kingdom's close, son. I'm telling you.
They're getting ready for civil war over there. Have you seen the tractor rebellion they had today?
I have.
To a couple of non-Muslim men who were in a park drinking beer, which is forbidden.
He brought
under
tanks
Islam.
out.
So we're just reminding the community about staying safe. And in this area, there's a lot of gambling that goes on, a lot of alcohol drinking, and it leads to a lot of problems. So we advise you, and we advise anyone you see, to stay away from things.
Get the prostitutes off our streets!
But the patrols are not always so friendly. Online clips give a very different picture. A woman in a short skirt is abused.
Vigilante.
To not dress like that in Muslim area.
I'm so appalled. We don't care if you're appalled at all.
Muslim patrols.
It's Great Britain. This we don't care. It's not so Great Britain. You need to get out of it.
A man the patrol thinks is gay is
then go home.
Get out of here quicker then. You're dirty, mate. You're gay, mate. Get out of here, mate.
In the night time, it turns into a very ugly place like many of the...
Walking through London
Look,
with
they can take their asses back to Afghanistan.
Right.
They can take their asses back to Iraq. They can go to India. They can go to Somalia. They can go anywhere they want.
But not here.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, here, listen to this guy here. Listen to this guy.
I want to see every single woman in this country covered from head to toe. I want to see the hand of the thief cut. I want to see adulterers stoned to death. I want to see Sharia law in Europe, and I want to see it in America as well. I believe our patrols are a means to an end.
The only thing I would say is that in America and in the United Kingdom, democracy,
backwards one,
but it's a system that allows the people to choose what they want and allows people freedom.
So why can't I choose Sharia? When in Rome, overthrow Caesar, implement the Sharia.
In your home, you can do whatever you want.
But what about in the public? Why can't I tell you to cover up? Am I free to say that?
Because it would be outrageous.
So why can I tell you to shut up?
You can say it to me, but
okay, so cover up. Wear the hijab.
Oh, somebody needs to punch his.
Ladies, that right there is Sharia law. You have to listen to the man.
That is soft Sharia law, is what you're seeing right there. That is very, very soft.
Well, there was a news deal a few years ago about a man who's had two daughters. They were Muslim immigrants. As Los Angeles or New York one?
New York.
And he had two daughters, and they were dating, just regular Caucasian guys, Christians. And he told them to quit, and they didn't quit. And he lured them into the car and murdered both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You remember that?
No, yeah, I never saw that, but yeah, that sounds about right.
I've seen that.
If there had been Sharia law anywhere close, he'd have got off.
There's a word for that they use. Something killing something.
Mercy,
it's honor killing. It's
honor killing. That's
the thing is, they had the same thing in Afghanistan. There was a guy who was working with the Afghani.
Muslims.
Well, the thing is, it's insane because this guy was just teasing them. Like, how good old boys, we tease each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy was getting teased so much and he wasn't fighting back or nothing. So one day when that guy was with a soldier, he was just taking a nap in his truck. That Afghan came up to him, took a grenade and tossed it in the truck with him to get his honor back.
Wow.
Just because he was teasing him.
Yeah. Hey, they don't think like we do.
There
are 100 verses in this.
Yes or no? Okay. Are you Islamophobic?
Oh, Tommy Robinson. I love him.
Phobia is an irrational fear. It's not irrational to fear these things. Now, if I hold this book up and say, there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book, is a violent and cursed book. That's wrong. Can I tell you who said that? Can I tell you who said that? Sir William Gladstone said that.
You wouldn't do that with
Sir William Gladstone.
Would you do that with the Bible? Show some respect.
Show some respect.
Show some respect.
Have you read this book?
For people.
Have you read this book?
There are over a billion people.
There are 100 verses in this book that incite violence and murder against us.
Show some damn respect for people's religious beliefs, right?
I should show some respect for a book that incites murder against me.
Put it down.
And calls me an animal. No, I won't put it down. Sir William Gladstone held this book above his head in Parliament and he said there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book. It's a violent and cursed book. Was Sir William Gladstone, who we have statues across our capital C, was he a bigot or an Islamophobe? Winston Churchill.
Sounding like a complete
Winston Churchill. No, I'm quoting some of the best leaders in this country.
That's why they got problems, guys like that.
Somebody that basically, you are an Islamophobe who hates Islam.
No, I don't.
You basically think all Muslims are to blame. We've seen you on video saying it. And what you're doing now is deliberately inflammatory. It is deliberately poisonous.
How's this inflammatory?
And you are having the complete opposite effect to the one that you say you have.
William Gladstone.
You are stirring up hatred. You are abusing people's religion. You're abusing their faith. And you're being a complete disgrace.
What do you know about the Prophet Muhammad? We've established nothing. You are ignorant.
I know that you're deliberately insulting.
What do you know about the Prophet? How am I insulting people?
Who have deeply held religious beliefs.
And if they're in
you flouncing the Quran around in your hand in that disgraceful manner.
This book is the reason we're in such a mess. No. That's a reality.
No, we're in this mess because people take Islam, they are terrorists, and they abuse the nature of Islam
And you know
the
that
wording of Islam,
You know
and
that
they perpetrate evil, and it is completely wrong.
And you know
For
that
you
how?
to try and claim that the
And you know that
vast
how?
majority of Muslims who are decent, law-abiding people, to try and abuse and mock their faith and their holy book is an outrage.
They're holy, but when you're talking, okay, so when the sacred months are past, slay the non-Muslims wherever you find them and take them captive and besiege them and prepare for them in ambush. Who's slaying who? I'm not slaying hatred. This calls for my death.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't. It's.
Tommy Robinson, he's on fire over there in Britain right now. He's really trying to He's trying to drum people up right now. I mean, he's trying to start a revolution, and that's against Islam in Britain. That's what he's doing. He's trying to do it right now.
It's all over Eastern Europe right now. Sweden. I mean,
Sweden is gone. Sweden is gone.
Yeah, it's been gone. They were one of the first ones to welcome it, and they actually had the when I was over there, they called them no-go zones, but they're black flag areas, basically, and black flag areas is, if you're not Muslim, you better get the hell out of there now.
Well, in this last weekend in Little Rock, there was a big deal made because the Nazi guys, came in. There was 12, 24 of them. And let me just say this. KKK, Nazi, BLM, Antifa, they're all domestic terrorist organizations. There's such a fit thrown about these guys going on right now. And this ain't me taking up for them because I think they're horrible. They didn't throw one rock. They wasn't saying, kill this, kill that. Everything that you see an Antifa rally, a BLM rally, a No Kings rally, everything you see going on in that did not happen. And they had 50 cops following them everywhere. But these other groups can go out and completely take cities over with no repercussions, can say whatever they want with no repercussions. And as a matter of fact, they are protected more than the people who are being attacked. That shit has got to stop.
Yeah, it's not a fair shake. It's like one way street of who can and who can't.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, anyone who has to say anything, I want these people to say whatever they want to say. I want the crazies to be talking because I want to know who the crazy are.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to the point when you're committing violence in the streets and burning down buildings, no, you don't get.
And they're being excused.
Well, Americans need to see this because I don't think they truly. I think they hear.
A lot of them don't get it.
And the news don't report it well. You watch 4, 7, 11 or any of the main channels.
Those poor Palestinian people.
Yeah, you don't get the full rhetoric that is being spoken by these people and what they seek within this country, because we are the greatest country on earth. It just is what it is. We're the wealthiest country on earth. You come here to take advantage of our.
But it don't mean we always will be, and that's why we got to watch out.
Nope, and we need to be done, because what they do is they come over here 10, 15 at a time. They jump on welfare. They live in one house, one building. They have 20 more kids, and then they go buy the block. And then they just keep collecting social welfare. There was
very smart. They know how to do things. They know how to manipulate that stuff.
There was a study released today about Muslims in the United States as a religion, and they are the largest receiver of social benefits than any other religion in this country right now. They're milking us, and we're doing it willingly. I mean, we're giving it to them.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I do, of how this came about. It started, Obama really got us on that track.
Well,
yeah,
you saw all the stuff with the Somali fraud, right?
Yes.
So Somali, that's all Muslim right there. So.
Oh yeah.
They are milking us right.
They're very combatant people.
Well, and that's where Boko Haram and some of these other. You want to talk about the worst of the worst Omar. That South Africa is. It's its own.
Oh, British South Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's a different place.
Yes, I mean while they are Islam or Muslim, they don't believe in nothing but death. I mean, they kill, maim, kids have no rights. Women have, I mean, zero rights. They don't, no education whatsoever for them. No clothing whatsoever for them. No food whatsoever.
So is Muslim dominate South Africa?
Yep. Yep.
I didn't know
now,
that. Was a Catholic. Started as a Catholic area.
Yep.
But I didn't realize the religious part had gone to crap down there.
And look at the United States religiously in the United States, the Christian faith over the last 8 years in our lifetimes. Look how far the Christian faith of the United States has went from the nuclear family, man and woman, wife and kids, to whatever you want to be. I mean, everything we're doing in this country, we're doing from the inside. We're doing to ourselves. We're doing from the places that we should be holding sacred and the people that we should be trusting everything that comes out of their mouths.
You got everything backwards. We're backwards of what we should be.
Look, it's about to the point where if a preacher tells me something, I'm just like, yeah, you're a liar. You're on the dole. They're cults. And they've weaponized the Christian faith now into an LGBTQ plus whatever deal, support Palestinians, support the Muslims. How can the Christian faith
some of these churches
that believes in a false
like the
prophet?
Methodist churches turn that way.
And the whole Muslim faith is based on a false prophet. I mean, it just floors me.
They're very absorbing of people. I mean, they are out to. I mean, I heard a guy admit it one time years ago. He was a Muslim guy. He was on was it Glenn Beck show, and he sat there and he said, "You know that we're taking all you over within." He said within 5 years or something. And you know what? What he's saying is coming true.
They got New York. I think it's either the number 1 or number 2 GDP city in the United States.
Oh
yeah, it's the number. It's
I got a brother lives there.
It's our number 1 economic port, but it's our number 2 economic something.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, maybe I should turn the sound on.
Lord, if you don't stand now, America, children's children will be black and Muslim and Mexican. If you don't stand now, white Americans.
And now you have a bunch of people yelling, Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. All these men are yelling,
Dearborn, Michigan
again. Allah Akbar. Takbir. Allah Akbar. There's a whole lot of hypocrisy from both sides out here today. Things are just getting ugly as the sun goes down. To the man that's burning the Quran, what's the message?
Kim, honestly, we'd never burn a Bible because we're more respectful than that, and it's bad deeds for us. So if you want to burn a Quran, you're a certified bitch and you don't even believe in your own religion. Truly.
People out here are just driving around and they're hearing what's happening as they attempted to burn the Quran, and people are freaking out. And I don't agree with burning the Quran. I think that's a little too far.
Why are they such cowards and they won't show who they are? That's what gets me.
What? People are just pulling over.
Well, this guy right here is what I wanted to show you guys, because, I mean, people do it to us all the time. They burn our flags, they burn our Bibles, and we don't really ever say anything about it.
Right.
Because, we have a little more couth, I guess.
Right.
But this guy right here, listen to what he says.
Why would I get here? Why? I haven't done anything. They got word out that they tried to burn the Quran. We learned. And you're getting heated. You're just pulling over. You're hopping out of the car. You're ready to brawl with anybody.
I had my gun. I was gonna blast if I didn't see the cops. I swear to God. That's it. I don't care. To me, I don't care in my life. I don't give a let somebody blast me. I don't give a
just because of the burning of the Quran, the attempted burning.
That motherfucker's life up and his family. That's it. It's on camera. I will that motherfucker's life up. Let him come to me face on face. Face to face, I'll kill him. I'm my mother's soul. So that's it.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. They're just so militant. They're just evil.
We got to do something. I don't know what the answer is. I don't.
Yeah, I know one thing I was going to say was what really bothers me is Texas has a real problem. Now, Abbott apparently signed something to stop these communities, but anyway, they still got a big problem. And if you have watched, whatever happens in Texas ends up happening in Arkansas.
Well,
and it starts in Northwest Arkansas and bleeds down. It's already kind of started Northwest. Northwest Arkansas has got a worse problem than any other area in Arkansas
Well,
for
technically,
this.
I just looked it up a little bit earlier. Little Rock has the largest Muslim population, but it's more spread out. The problem is up in Northwest Arkansas, it's a lot more concentrated.
Yeah. And it might be a bigger percentage though than Little Rock has. I don't know, but there is a bunch of them up there, and and you got these corporations protecting them up there, like Walmart and Tyson, that are just catering to them, and that's not helping anything. So,
well, a lot of the foreign drivers right now that are in these big rigs, people think it's all Hispanic. The Hispanic is the majority of these foreign drivers.
Shannon can tell you that they're all from all over.
Yeah, they're from
India.
all over.
India is a huge one.
Yeah, the Middle East is got thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people over here that are here illegal, and we have got to enforce our immigration laws.
When I travel and I stop somewhere and I'm going in the service station or something, one of those truck stops, I tend to now look of how many are not straight up.
I wasn't, and I conceal carry. I don't have a conceal carry license, never will, especially in Arkansas because it's more restrictive to have one. I carry now more than I've ever carried in my life.
Well, yeah.
Because now I don't think, it's not going to happen here. It's just when and where is it going to happen?
Right.
And am I going to be prepared for it when it does happen? And to have the thought go through my mind that I wouldn't be able to protect my family.
Hey, it's like a gangrene, and its done got out of control. I mean, what when you get gangrene, what do you got to do? Cut it off. You cut it off, or it's going to spread.
Yeah,
and that's, I hate to, compare it to that, but it is a disease. It's not doing us any good. Everything's negative it brings.
Well, and in Arkansas, we have and I don't think Republicans will acknowledge this as a whole. We are a really liberal Republican group in Arkansas when it comes to power wise. Now, I think grass and electorate, and it's just because of what they get fed through media, is a MAGA type ultra conservative base. But for some reason, our elected officials throughout Arkansas are really an ultra liberal base. And with that ultra liberal base that they are, they're, Sarah stands on this, I want to get rid of Chinese influence. And she dings up 150 acres in Arkansas, one piece of land, and she's kicked China out of the state of Arkansas. All these data centers are Chinese controlled. Half the paper and banks that are in the state of Arkansas tie back to the Chinese government. I think 25% of the land owned in Arkansas ties back to China.
You're going to get on a different problem tonight.
Well, what I'm trying to say though is Arkansas is not this super conservative place that is going to stand up and say, "Hey, we're not going to allow this to happen in Arkansas." They're not going to. The people we have elected right now is not going to stop this.
That's what I mean, because they're going to come in and do it, and it's going to be up to the government to say no.
Yeah. Well, we're finding out now half of the social welfare things that are out there all tie back to someone's PAC, or they tie back to a politician that's getting rich off of it. I mean, I think it was last month that Tom Cotton or French Hill, just off of stock market, $830,000 in 1 month, and the dude hasn't done anything but be in the military and in the Senate. How is your stock portfolio so much that in 1 month you make $800,000 off your stock?
Stuff, man. Just
that's
stuff
a
going
different
on.
topic.
Yeah, that's a different topic.
Well, the thing is you just got to tie it together. People have to realize
it's the but
it all makes a circle.
I just can't see letting them do that. Take over the. I mean, because when you do, you're losing your own rights. Whoever's letting them do it, they're not going to have any rights themselves.
Oh yeah, at the end of it, there ain't no one. You're all going to be put against the wall just like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, people. I hate when people think, well, you know what? If we would try to meet the Muslims halfway or the Iranians, if we meet them, I know I'm just saying, but you hear this all the time. Meet them halfway, they'll come around. No, they ain't gonna come around. They come around when you lay them down on the ground.
Look,
it says in the Quran that they will take you by the sword. That is how they spread their religion. That's how Muhammad spread his religion when he first got it. That's how he spread his so-called church. He conquered nations to spread Islam.
I hate to say that's why they had the Crusades. Realistically.
Well, the Crusades were a response to people trying to get down to Jerusalem to, have their own little pilgrimage down there and visit the Holy Land. And Muslims were going around killing Christians on the way down.
I'm just saying that's normal. It's their thing. And
look, I wouldn't be afraid.
Everybody whines. What are y'all doing that for?
No, if a group came up and it got to the point where and I mean this when I say this, if I've got to fight for my country inside Hot Spring County, I'll fight for my country inside Hot Spring County. If I got to fight for my country inside the state of Arkansas, I'm going to fight for my country inside of the state of Arkansas.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to need my government's assistance in providing me things that I need to achieve.
Well, when it gets that bad, it don't matter no more. It's just going to be on,
And we're just watching it happen right now. Oh, it'll go away. Oh, they'll stop. Oh,
yeah, it'll go away. It ain't gonna stop. Where do they get this mentality? I have no idea.
Oh, Mom Dommy's going to come around. Trump made me mad when he had Mom Dommy in the White House.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
And when he started answering some of the questions and had
it didn't mean nothing
to say about that guy,
they're still going to fight each other. It didn't help a bit. It's not. They're two different people.
I would have turned around, looked at Mom Dommy, and said, "This will be the last place you ever set foot on American soil. You're not going to leave here, be the mayor of New York no more. You're done. We're sending you
back to Uganda."
Yeah, no shit. Send his ass to damn Guantanamo Bay where he needs to be. That's where he needs to be, is Guantanamo Bay. We need to increase the size of that place and just start mass deporting these dudes.
Then he could write a book down there.
Yeah,
probably.
And maybe that's why some Muslims, they don't assimilate when they come to the UK. The problem with Islam is that Islam is an absolutist religion where Muslims believe this is the word of God, aka Allah, and no man can ever question the word of Allah, which is extremely problematic, and it has no place in any civilized culture. So I'm going to go through the verses, and I want you to make up your own mind, okay? So let's go through it one by one. Chapter 2, verse 98. Allah is the enemy of non-Muslims. Chapter 3, verse 85. No other religion is accepted other than Islam. Chapter 8, verse 12. Allah will instill fear in the hearts of those who disbelieve Islam and Muslims. You cut their limbs by hitting their necks. And as you know, why do terrorist organizations such as ISIS, such as Boko Haram, even Taliban behead people? Where do you think they get that from? It says in the Quran. Chapter 3, verse 118. Make only Muslims your intimate friend. Chapter 3, verse 28. And chapter 9, verse 23. Do not make friends with non-Muslims. And maybe that's why some Muslims, they don't assimilate when they come to the UK or anywhere else for that matter. They stay in their own group because it's in the Quran. Well, don't make friends with non-Muslims. Chapter 8, verse 39. Fight non-Muslims until the faith of Allah is fully established. And that is basically a call to action. And as I always said, one of the responsibility of Muslims is to do jihad and to Islamize the whole world. I'm not saying it, this is in the Quran. Chapter 22, verse 30. Idols are filth. Chapter 9, verse 5. Ambush and kill the idolaters and whenever and wherever you can find them. Chapter 33, verse 61. Wherever the faithful and the idolaters are caught, they will be brutally killed. Chapter 3, verse 62, chapter 2, verse 255, chapter 27, verse 61, and chapter 35, verse 3. There is no other God than Allah. Chapter 21, verse 98. Those who worship anyone other than Allah are the fuel of hell. Idolaters are pure and unholy. Chapter 4, verse 101. Kafirs are open enemies, and kafirs are basically sinners. So anyone that doesn't believe in Islam will. Chapter 9, verse 123. Oppress the infidels. Chapter 9, verse 29. By humiliating infidels, make jizya from them. So if you don't know what jizya is basically a tax imposed on non-Muslims when Muslims govern the land. So what used to happen is that Muslims attacked certain countries and they established a caliphate. So they either killed people that didn't convert to Islam, but some group, they were like, okay, if you don't want to convert to Islam, you have to pay us an extra tax, and that was called the jizya. Chapter 66, verse 9. Do jihad, war, with the infidels and the beneficiaries. Chapter 4, verse 56. Will cook the skin of the disbeliever. And you see that sometimes, it happens in Pakistan, it happens in Afghanistan, when someone is blasphemous towards the Quran or Muhammad, they burn them to death. And it actually happened recently to some girl that was accused of ripping up the Quran, and they burned her to death in public. Chapter 8, verse 69. All spoils, including women, are halal. And that refers to the fact that Muhammad said that if Muslims go and conquer the land, then the women in that land are halal or permissible to the soldiers. Chapter 9, verse 14. Allah will punish the disbelievers at the hands of the believers.
I think we got the gist of this.
Yeah.
Verse 57.
Yeah.
Be cruel.
You're making me want to go in here and fill up some more magazines in my,
Finally.
Oh,
my safe.
man.
So I'm prepared a lot better.
These people are crazy. I mean, but they mean business, and they're smart, and they're cunning. And, they've been working on this a long time. If you think about it, they've been working on this little deal a long time.
Well, they've had a structure for this their entire religion since it was incepted. Muhammad established the whole way. You conquer a nation, you establish a tax, you kill off the non-believers, and then you just slowly convert them
Well, the first action they had was the Iranian crisis, but they've been working on this stuff a long time. But that was what, 40 years ago? So they've been working on all this stuff a long time. And everybody knows to infiltrate the United States the way you take anything you want to get.
We've got a Somalian congressperson. You've got these people. They're head of banks. They're head of financial institutions, large financial institutions in the United States. These are the people that are coming over here from overseas, taking advantage of our education we got here for free. And taking over our college campuses and the minds of the kids that are going through college. And I think the college, which really surprised me, the younger generation is actually kind of standing up right now. And Charlie Kirk was a big part of that.
Yeah.
But you're seeing a large Christian revival in,
I think so,
the younger generation that I'm really surprised to see right now. The bad thing is we're going to give it all away before they get a chance to have anything.
Yeah, because I don't say you can be, I've heard of a lot of people that call themselves Christians, but they're for the Muslim ways. I don't see how they can do that. It's too different. They don't agree with each other. There's no similarities in the two. There's no grace in Muslim.
Yeah, you can't call yourself a Christian and
there's no forgiveness. Hey, there's no forgiveness. There's no grace. Nothing that's attractive is in the Quran.
Yeah. Actually, I got something for that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's the thing right there. Is the only thing that's going to save us right now is if we start bringing more people to Christ. That's the only thing. Because seriously, the only other option is, atheism, and it offers nothing. And the thing about that is,
then you don't care.
Well, it's not that you don't care. It's just you don't believe anything. You have no structure in your life. It's just, I've got a friend that I know that he's liberal. He doesn't believe in God and all this stuff. And the crazy thing about this is he says, if I'm going to choose a religion, it's going to be the Muslim nation or the Muslim religion, because they're so caring. They're so empathetic to
Where do
us.
they get this? Where do they get this?
They don't understand nothing.
But where do they even get that? Where it wasn't from the Quran. That's for damn sure.
Well, and I'll speak on my, just my views of the church kind of right now. The church has turned a lot of Christians off with Catholic Church. Many of the churches,
have, with all their problems they've had,
with everything going on with them and them steering so far away from the Bible. Hey, look, I'm all for love your neighbor, all of those things, and support everyone that you possibly can. But that don't mean that you're assisting that person on a path to heaven, So it just, man, we are a lost country right now, and it is very sad to see the direction we're going, and Christians not getting out and voting. That is our number one issue we have in the United States right now, is evangelical vote.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to figure out how to change that, because if we cannot be voting for people who believe in our Christian values, how do we expect to have Christian laws and Christian enforcement? It just not going to happen.
Where did Kevin go?
Kevin, we lose Kevin?
Yeah. Does that make you mad?
No, I don't think you made him mad, but it's just going back and forth between us now. You get a green box, I get a green box. But we better wake up, and we better wake up soon, because they're here. They're not hiding anymore. They're not even attempting to hide anyway.
Like rats, man. Once they get in there, you can't get them out,
We have a Charlie Kirk vigil at the Capitol, which brings 300 or 400 people to it. But you have a Palestinian or a No Kings rally that brings 2,000 or 3,000, which still isn't a lot of people. But how do you not get Christians to come out and support Christian events and Christian lawmakers and decision makers in your counties and in your state?
But I don't think most people don't want this. They don't want this, but I don't think they realize it's happening, or they think it can't happen, or we won't let it get that far. Well, you won't have a choice when it gets a certain distance.
No, and I mean, and New York's going to feel it now, because there's no turning back time there.
Most people don't know how these people are. These people will fight. They will fight. They will kill themselves to get their way. I don't know. So you got to be really willing to get with it with them.
And there's no American law that they believe in. You say, oh, well, they can't go buy a gun. Look, a criminal's going to get a gun if a criminal wants to get a gun. A criminal's going to get bullets if a criminal wants to get bullets. And they pull their money
the black
together.
Market, if nothing else.
Yeah, they pull their money together. I mean, they are efficient at what they do. They are effective at what they do, and they are succeeding. And they're succeeding because of us. Kevin's back.
Yeah. Well,
hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I had my power just went out for a second.
Kevin.
I know all the technical difficulties are happening on my end. I'm sorry.
You may tell you why. It's because you got that Arkansas Razorback shirt on.
Probably.
Hope you're not talking about football. Hope it's for basketball or something.
No, they're not doing any good either.
Something. Not football.
Waiting on baseball now, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so I think we beat this into death.
Yeah.
But I know that we got to pay attention to people. This is where you got to pay attention to people who you elect and things. We got to have people willing to fight this kind of thing. And we're hurting for that right now. Big time.
We do.
Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like, I'm tired of it being off limits to talk about. I'm tired of them going, that's you can't say that. Yeah, I can say that because it's true. It's not.
And I'm going to say this, and I know we don't, really ram politics. We do talk politics a bunch on here, but you know, you need a Chase McDowell. You need a
Brian Norris.
Brian Norris. You need
Randy Sams.
Randy's. I mean, if you see somebody that is
We can talk
endorsed
all to
by the machine, you need to vote for the other person.
If you see somebody,
I think Kevin's having problems.
He is.
I just had my sound on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it all back under control.
But Keith,
But
you're running
anyway.
for JP again, so keep Keith Kellum as your JP. I don't think he's going to be.
I'm keeping my ears open on anything kind of things come up like that. I tell you, I'm not going with that crap. Anything to do with that.
By the time it makes it to you, they've already established an area of dominance. By the time,
you got a problem already. Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
but I have my theory on how to just stop it. That's it.
I do too, and it entails prison time.
Yeah, I mean, just.
But at what point do you say enough as an American, and as Americans, at what point
I don't know.
Do you say enough is enough, and we have to take drastic measures into our own hands to
if they don't do something, it's going to end up in that situation.
Oh, we're 100% headed. There's I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime, but we're headed there. I mean,
I think it might be in our life. Well, depends on. I'm living longer than you.
I'm surprised I made it to 50, so I'm looking at 67 years down the road, and
don't say 67.
Amazed at the rate I'm going. I mean, like I said, I'm fortunate to be here where I'm at today.
What happened to Kevin again?
I'm telling you, it's that Arkansas Razorback shirt he's wearing.
Well,
are we going to have 48 added to this? I'm holding up a 45, 40 seconds, 7 sticker.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's Donald.
I mean, I don't know that we need to go there on that.
Well, JD Vance, I think
I'm ready for. I like JD, man. He's my man. I like JD, man.
I think the vice presidency though is stressing his family really hard right now.
Yeah. Well, wait till he's president.
That's what I'm worried about. Is that when at the end of this,
but he's got kids. He's got kids. Little kids.
I think it's has worn.
He's a young man. He's just 40 years old.
I know. He's a damn Marine, though. I mean, dude, he's bred to tackle anything. People like Mike, you talk about
Annie grew up in quite a dysfunctional situation. He didn't grow up, any kind of spoiled or anything like that.
Yeah,
he had a hard life. He had a hard childhood.
He grew up Gifford Wild, I'll say that, but he didn't live out here.
Hey, Kevin, where you at? We need to end this show.
I don't think Kevin knows where Kevin's at.
Hey, well, I got you. We need to wrap this up. So I appreciate Mike being on.
All right.
Thank y'all for having me.
Rant and rave about something. I don't think we solved anything, but we all know, all three of us are on the same page. We're not going to put up with it, right?
Yeah, just get a hold of Keith Kellum. All of you patriots out there that are looking to establish a state militia. Keith, no. No, I would tell people to stay vigilant
about it.
People need to stay vigilant. That's for sure. Pay attention to your surroundings.
All right. We're going to try to get more consistent. I'm not going to put January. I know we're going to get back on track, but it's been kind of crazy.
Yes, sir.
And just watch for Kevin's post that we're going to have a show. Anyway, good night, everybody. Appreciate y'all.